All right. Hello, everyone, today. Thank you for joining me. It is Tuesday, April 21st. My name is Doug, and this is UAlberta Asset Guided Mindfulness. And I will be your facilitator for today. I'm an alumni of the University of Alberta, and I work with the Asset team, an alumni team that is focused on helping student mental health here at the U of A. So I'll start by saying what we usually do is a 20-minute guided meditation, followed by 5 to 10 minutes for any comments or questions that someone may have, or any thoughts that I might share. And then that's a wrap. So without further ado, unless anyone has any comments before we begin, I'll keep my eye on the comment bar. But we can start by getting a comfortable seat. I'm taking off my glasses. I often like to meditate without them. But getting a comfortable seat wherever you are, and that can be in one of 4 postures. It could be standing, sitting, lying down, or walking. Probably, though, you're sitting, which tends to be, I guess, maybe the most common and you might say ideal posture for meditation in a way. So getting a comfortable seat wherever you are, and with your back upright, we're looking for a relaxed yet upright back, and closing your eyes when you're ready. Our posture is ideally a balance between relaxation and alertness. So finding that balance for you right now. You might also want to rock from side to side, forward and back, to find just the right amount of balance. And just the right kind of position while you're seated here. And we'll start by taking some deeper breaths. So I often do it in through my nose and out through my mouth. So in and out, letting go, in and out, arriving here, in and out, in and out. So now that we've relaxed our breathing a little bit by doing deep breaths, let's just scan our bodies to see if there's any tension there that we might soften and relax. You might want to relax your face, your cheeks, your jaw, your tongue, your eyebrows, forehead, your neck, your shoulders, just softening them, your back, the front of your body, your belly, and your chest. The pelvic area, your upper legs, just letting the tension drain out of them and relaxing them. Your knees and your lower legs, and your feet, and finally your toes. And if there were places that you weren't able to soften, you can always try softening around the edges of that area, or you can just notice it and let it be non-judgmentally, just a part of your body's experience right now. Now that we've breathed deeply and relaxed our bodies, let's move to our breathing. And this can be in one of three places often, but wherever you feel the breath most prominently, or wherever it is most comfortable for you to tune into. It could be the nostrils, where the air rushes in and out of them. Could be the chest as it expands and collapses with each breath. Or it could be the belly as it expands and contracts with each breath. But just picking one of those places and settling there. And tuning into our breathing from moment to moment. The inhales and the exhales and the spaces between them. And if your mind wanders, without judgment, just bringing your attention and placing your awareness back on your breathing. following our breaths from the beginning of our inhale all the way to the end of our exhale, and the spaces between breaths as well. Just being here right now and letting our worries for the day slide into the background. Just allowing them to. They'll be there after we're done. And if your mind has wandered, just gently moving it back to the breathing. And as we bring this meditation to a close, thanking yourself for having spent the time to come here today and to work with your mind. We use our mind in everything we do. And I'll maybe paraphrase a meditation teacher, but I think he said that it's something that we should think about doing routinely, just as routinely as we brush our teeth or take care of our hygiene or eat our daily meals or exercise. Because when we do think about the mind, it is used in everything that we do. So thank you. So thanks for joining me today. That's our meditation. If you have any questions or comments, you can feel free to pop them in the chat box. I'd also like to point you towards our feedback form. We're always looking for ways to improve what we do. So there's a link in the chat to a very brief feedback form. if you'd fill it out, we'd be very happy and grateful. But while anyone thinks of any comments or questions, how their meditation went, what came up for them, um, just any comments in general, I'll maybe point you towards a way of practicing throughout the day, because meditation isn't something that we only can do when we're sitting like this and making it a very formal thing that we set aside to do every day. But we can actually weave meditation informally throughout our day, whatever we're doing. It might be by bringing attention to your breathing, or by bringing attention to the sensations of associated with anything you're doing at that moment. But one thing that happens to a lot of us is we wait, whether that's with our phones or our computers, while we're waiting for something to load, which happens many times throughout the day, at least for me. Or if we're waiting in line somewhere, waiting for something to happen or for something to arrive, a bus, that's a rich space that we can use to meditate. So feel free to notice those times, and when they arise, use them as opportunities for informal mindfulness. Bring attention to your breathing or whatever's predominant for you. Maybe you're feeling an emotion. You might tune into how it feels in the body, or any kind of sensation. Oh, Colleen, thank you. Asked a question. She says, sometimes I'm not sure what to do with my hands. I find I move them around quite a bit, trying to get comfortable, that is, with your hands. And thank you so much for the question, Colleen. With your hands, what you're ideally looking for is one place to put them and to set them and to keep them there for the duration of your meditation, unless it should become painful in some way, but often this doesn't. But you can place them on your knees, on your thighs, in your lap, one hand on top of the other, or interlaced fingers, anything that's comfortable for you, but ideally symmetrical. And what we're looking to be able to do is to have a stillness in our posture. So being able to hold our hands in the same place for our meditation. And so, Colleen, what you might do is, if you notice that you feel like you want to move your hands, notice that feeling in your body as it arises, and just notice wanting to move hands. And see what happens if you're okay with just noticing it as it arises, and it likely will pass, and seeing if you're okay with keeping your hands where they are. Now, this might take some practice, and so in the meantime, it's okay to shift your hands around to be more comfortable, but see if you can tune into those moments where you feel like you need to move your hands. And just before you move your hands, you might catch yourself. Notice how it feels in the body to want to move your hands. There might be some tension. Noticing that and seeing if you can notice it arise and pass away, wax and wane, and see if you can still keep your hands in the same position. So that would be my advice to you for your hands. But as you're getting comfortable, again, don't feel like all of a sudden you have to be rigid now for your whole meditation. Um, it's something to acclimate to over time. But I usually have my hands on my knees, or if not, they'll be kind of underneath me with my fingers interlaced or one hand on top of the other. Um, but we often get all kinds of inclinations to move our body while we're meditating. And one thing to do is to notice them. Notice them as they arise and see if really using your wisdom, if you do need to move your body. And if you feel that you do, then going ahead and doing it. But maybe you don't actually need to move your body as much as you think you do if you just pay attention to it. But that's what I would offer. So thank you so much for the question, Colleen. I don't see any more comments in the chat box. So I think, Colleen, I hope that answered your question. And with that, I think we'll call it a day for now. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and a good rest of the week. And we'll be here every weekday. Thanks so much and have a great day.